Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. This is the Pete's Parlay Show for college football week 11. I was sick last Friday, so skipped it last week, but I'm back this week. College football week 11, it's an interesting week. There's a bunch of borderline picks, nothing that I'm personally seeing that I'm really loving a lot. This week, I'm only going to have two legs in the parlay. Just put the whole $100 on a two-teamer. Hopefully it'll hit. Easy winner if it does, and that's about it. But and also I talked to Brent from BetDSI, and there were fewer sharp sides that he identified for us this week as well. So maybe the lines are a little bit tighter now. The ones that he did identify were kind of curious. Vanderbilt plus 16 at 14.5, according to Brent, took sharp action. I previewed that game with Troy West from allplayswin.com. Troy West loves Florida at minus 14.5 as one of his top plays of the year. So he's going against supposed sharp action. And also Tulsa was a sharp side supposedly. Minus 13 and minus 13.5, SMU has been an auto fade all year long in most spots. I've been betting them. And, I agree with that one. The public's also been on Tulsa. I'm not going to put it in the parlay. I certainly agree with it. I certainly wouldn't take SMU in that spot. And then Brent told us that Virginia against Florida State, three different groups, took Virginia 20.5, 20, and 18.5, and it's all the way back up to 20 now. So because big public action came in on Florida State, so that's interesting. I almost included that one, another borderline one that I decided not to, but I definitely thought about it. And then Penn State, also another side that took sharp action and public action. It's interesting that two of the sharp sides this week, according to Brent, also were one-way action, took public action as well, which we haven't seen too much this year. But Penn State minus 5 and minus 6 took sharp action. That's another one I considered. Penn State minus 6.5 or the money line or whatever probably is a good bet, but decided just to leave it out. Another one I almost took was Michigan State on the money line. I previewed that one with Sean Higgs and Tony George. Both of them like Michigan State minus 3.5. And Brent did tell me that he did take big sharp action on Michigan State when they were 1.5 and 2. I'm sure that those guys wouldn't take it at 3.5. But, he didn't get anything back on Ohio State at plus 3.5. So, sharp action came in on Michigan State at a little bit less than 3. Two of the handicappers I trust here said that they liked Michigan State at minus 3.5. Both Tony George and Sean Higgs have been awesome in college football with us this year. They have great records in our videos. I think Higgs is 6-3, and Tony George is like 7-3, I think, on the year, or 7-2, something like that. So I almost took Michigan State on the money line. Probably that's a bet with value. Maybe I should have included it. What the hell? But I didn't. And then I also thought about taking the over in West Virginia, Texas. I bet that one when it was 52. Now I'm seeing it's up to 53 or 54. You just never know. Maybe Texas will try to run the ball and limit possessions to keep it away play a keep away strategy from West Virginia. But kind of liking the over in that one. Decided not to include it though, just because Texas offense could stall out. They run the ball a lot, and then it's going to go under. Another one I thought about was the over in Washington State, Oregon State. That's a low total right now for a Washington State game, 61. I know the quarterback is injured, but, with the way they play, the air raid thing they do, probably next man up with quarterback will be enough to at least put some points on the board. And Oregon State, as Mannion's a good quarterback, experienced quarterback, and as anemic as their offense has been this year against weak defenses who can give up points, which Washington State is. Oregon State has had games that have gone into the upper 60s, and they've put up, in close to 40 at times against those kinds of teams. So I really considered the over 61, Washington State, Oregon State. Now that I'm talking about it right now, I'm kind of maybe regretting that I didn't include it. That might be a good play. I don't know. Didn't hear anything about that from anyone. Just my own thoughts there, but didn't include it in the parlay. All right. So the two plays I am going to include. Simple parlay, two legs this week. First one, UTSA plus 10 against Rice. UTSA line, I do understand the line because Rice has been good, very good. I bet on them a bunch of times in recent weeks. But UTSA, they're coming off a big shutout against UTEP that, was probably a little bit of an outlier, a little bit of an anomaly. They're coming off a bye now off of that one. Rice is not off a bye. And UTSA went on the road and came within 7 of Louisiana Tech. Very good team there. They've gotten a little bit unlucky with turnovers. 10's a big number off the bye. Rice not off the bye. So I'm going to take a shot with UTSA plus 10 right now at BetDSI. That's a widely available number. And then the second play I'm going to take is a total that Brent told me did take sharp action UConn in the UConn Army game. Army has an offense that should be able to put up something. Their defense is very vulnerable, low total. And when I first saw this total come out, I was scratching my head a little bit, looked into it more, and I thought, this might be a good overplay, and I bet it. And then I admit I was a little bit surprised to hear that Brent told me that he took sharp action on the over in that game at 47.5. So that kind of solidified it for me. Right now, 48.5 is a widely available number, but I kind of like that one. I bet it. Brent told me he took sharp action on it, low total. So that was enough for me. So that's going to be the second leg in the parlay, UTSA plus 10 and UConn over 48.5, both widely available at BetDSI right now at minus 110. Standard two-teamer, 100 to win, 264.46. And that's the Pete's parlay for College Football Week 11.